If I was to give this movie out of 5, I would give this a 4.9 out of 5. I had a great time with this movie. This is a quintessential Bad Boys movie. I mean, it has the DNA of the first movie, which was, buddy cop movie. The cop part meaning that they had a case, they had something to investigate, there was a mystery. So they had to actually try to solve a mystery. There's guns, there's action, and it reminds you of just two good friends who just happens to be cops. So they have that DNA from the first movie. Then they have the action of the second movie, a bit of that, not extreme. The action in the second Bad Boys movie was a bit extreme, but this time it's toned down, but it's still there. Then it has the vulnerability of the third movie, whereby you have characters who are, put in a very awkward situation in terms of relationships. Without spoiling it for people. Then, as the fourth movie, it has its own personality in terms of the camera work, because it looks like the director and the cinematographers, after the last movie, were given the freedom to actually do what they want with the camera work, because there are three really well shot scenes. There is one with a lift. There's another one with one. There's one with one character that we all love, that we all remember from Bad Boys 2, who was like given his redemption. There's something they do with a screen, then back into the house, then out of it. That was really, really well shot. It was really cool. Then we have like the third act, which is on a layer. They do a bit of the drone work, which looks awesome, because now the cameras have to capture the action as they enter and then come back to the action after they've entered. So it was extremely technical. There's also another shot with Will Smith. I think we've all seen something he shared on his social media posts with a rotating camera and stuff. That scene is very interesting. It reminds you of maybe Call of Duty. Very, very interesting scene. Now, generally in terms of cinematography, you have Miami shot well, day and night. They are very, very good night shots with helicopters. In terms of composition and picture, it's a very, very beautiful movie to look at. The other thing that I actually liked was the villain. The villain feels like a Bond villain, especially there's a moment that he explains something, and then he now completed the circle for me, because from the beginning he's given a very, very good introduction. From that point when he's introduced, I thought, wow, with the look and who he is, I thought that was a very, very good Bond villain. The thing is that his story might have been his motivation might have been a bit convoluted, but generally he's one of those villains that looks like a classic Bond villain. So yeah, there's also very good music placement, especially with a particular scene in a club. There are shocking moments with a legacy character. Then there are a lot of cameos. There are a lot of surprise cameos. I think this is something I've heard no one talk about. There are random cameos, like I would count 3. 1 is returning. 2 are very, very big surprises. From the word go, like from the first time that you go in, there's someone who pops up and I'm like, oh, wait, what? Then there's someone else who pops up and you're like, so this is a very, very good movie. Actually, I would go as far as to call it the best paced Bad Boys movie thus far. It's very well paced, it's very well shot, it's very well edited. The story is very interesting because it connects to the third movie, and then it also connects to the second story. In a way, they just tied in the last 3 movies in a very, very interesting way. The villain and how Conrad is involved. Sometimes it ties into the second movie, and then Will Smith and someone else ties into the second movie. And the events of the third movie actually influence the event of this particular movie. So the story was clear and the story was well thought through. They had something. There was something in terms of story. So it's very entertaining. The last thing as I complete this review is that this movie becomes more interesting because characters evolve, personalities evolve. And what we are used to in the last 3 previous movies, if you've been following this franchise, is that now they've subverted some tropes and they've subverted some things and created something that, if you are a fan of the last 3 movies, becomes something that is a very interesting exploration of these 2 characters. I don't want to spoil it for people, you just have to see it for yourself. There's something very interesting about looking at a huge picture of Martin Lawrence trying to, eat a piece of Skittle in slow-mo, or trying to lick, or trying to drink something in slow-mo. It's very, very interesting. So generally, this is another very, very good popcorn movie. It's fun. If you love the Bad Boys franchise, you will definitely have a great time with this. Be it the script, be it the look, be it the action, there is absolutely something about this movie that is actually really good. I don't understand what the critics are talking about, but something else that I did not mention, everything is utilized in this movie. Be it the characters, be it the time. Everything is very, very well utilized to drive the story forward. There are characters that are introduced that pay off. There are characters that are introduced that connect with the last movie, and now they have their own payoff in this particular movie. So it's, as I said, it's very well paced and very, very well thought through. So the only issue that I might have is the Conrad's daughter, because she's in the movie, and I felt like, despite the fact that, as I have said, every character is utilized, her arc is very interesting, but I don't think she was necessary. I could actually cut her out and we would still have, a solid movie, but she pays off with something to do with someone else at the end. But it's just that watching it, I got that feeling that they were looking for a replacement for Conrad. They were looking for someone who has that attitude, no nonsense, who is, that cussing, that losing temper, that boiling, that I'm just about to blow personality. So that for me was the only, I was like, man, you guys are just trying to look for a way to replace that particular character. Conrad is in the movie, and what they do with him and Marcus is very, very interesting. That's why I'm just saying that this is a very interesting experience. It's a very well thought through movie. So basically that's it. Remember to always watch what you enjoy. If you've seen the movie, what did you think about it? You can leave your comment below. But yeah, it's something that I would highly recommend. It's something that if you love Bad Boys, if you love buddy cop, if you love detective movies, yeah, this one is. If you love action movies, this one actually works. So basically that's it. Remember to always watch what you enjoy and enjoy what you watch. I shall see you on the next one. Adios.